So this is a Mazda Cx-5 2020 model that we've managed to import all the way from Japan for one of you subscribers who turned out to be our client actually. So we want to send our sincere congratulations to you. Also, we want to thank you for entrusting us with the responsibility to import this car on your behalf. This is not just a Mazda Cx-5 2020 model. There is only one of this particular model in Kenya, and we'll tell you why it's a special one. We are the first importers to import this. But before then, let us get into the interior and highlight some of the specs. When you open the boot of the Mazda Cx-5 2020 model, what sets it apart is that in the provision where you put your spare wheel, there is a subwoofer for the Bose sound. So for you to put your spare wheel here, you will unscrew this, then you can put your spare wheel. Fantastic. The boot space is huge enough, about 1620 liters if you fold all the seats, and about 520 liters without folding those rear seats. Comes with this luggage cover that is able to actually hide your things whenever you're having them. Also, you get a power boot. You need just to press that, then the boot will actually come down or go up depending. You can also do that from a key fob. Comes with the back camera and stuff like this. So on the seats, you get electronically controlled seats which you can set according to the height, maybe your driving positions and stuff. In the middle of the center console, you have this 7 to 10 inches infotainment display. What impressed me was the fact that you could actually touch this screen and it's very responsive. And again, the former cars, maybe Mazda Cx-5, used to have Japanese language only. For this particular one, you can configure it and choose a language, maybe English. That is fantastic. Now, the AC vents are fantastic, the stitching of the leather is fantastic, but again the functionality is even there on the steering wheel where we have quite a number of multimedia controls. Now, this is what makes the car special. It is the first Mazda Cx-5 manual transmission that we have in the country. As you can see, it's a stick shift, and most of us are not really used to stick shift. So watu wengi wanaogopa manual. It's the first client that really approached us and told us that, you know, I just want a manual car. And we were surprised because most people don't like it. You know, the funny thing is that we are trained with manual cars in driving schools in Kenya, but when it comes to now operational wise, people don't really love manual. They think it's a lot of work. But come to think of it, this particular client has stepped security a notch higher because not people know how to drive manual car. So that one means the car will be secure. Enough of that. Now there's a 6-speed manual transmission. On the side of the driver, you get quite a number of switches. There's a electronic boot switch that is there. You also get this one, this called 360-degree monitor system. There's a hill climbing assist system. There's the lane departure warning assist system. And then there's the parking sensors. Then the eye stop there that's able to help you regulate maybe fuel efficiency. Another thing you realize is that the steering wheel of the Mazda Cx-5 2020 is very, very functional. Quite a number of buttons, and for the first time I've seen a cruise control switch. On a manual car, you get your stuff there, you can control, you can receive your calls and stuff like that. You can set your cruise control and stuff like that. The steering really feels compact, and it's just amazing being in the interior. I think Mazda really took their time, and that one explains why quite a number of Kenyans are now switching loyalty from Toyota to Mazda. I know you'll say, no, we still have a lot of Toyotas in Kenya, but come to think of it, the interior is very, very practical, and it's just one thing that really impresses me about Mazda. So this particular trim has come with electrically heated seats, maybe on the climate control system. You can adjust them accordingly, both for the driver and the passengers in the car. What I was speaking about is the design of this particular vents. Also, you notice that Japan is so very conservative. They're still putting here DVD. Who uses DVD now? I can't remember the last time I used DVD to really play music. Talking about the quality of the music in the car, we talked about how this car is fitted with the Bose sound speaker system. That is amazing. Remember whatever we saw in the boot, that was a Bose subwoofer in the boot. Fantastic. The quality of sound here is top notch. Now, another thing you need to realize is that at the end of the day, if you're going to buy this car, you can expect that there's a lot of refinement inside the car. Now, in the middle of the center console, you get provision for SD. You can put your memory card there and play music from there. There's a power outlet that you can use to power your compressor. There are 2 outlets for USB for charging your phone in the middle of the center console. 2 big cup holders and bottle holders in the middle of the center console. Comes with electronic parking brake and auto hold. So electronic parking brake will help you in the place where there is no handbrake or just maybe the foot brake, while the auto hold will help you to brake without putting your foot on the brake, maybe ukiwa kwa jam. fantastic. Mazda is beating Toyota. I don't know, comment below. Going to the back, people who are tall enough like me and you can sit comfortably for long safaris. The headroom is massive, the legroom is incredible, and there's no reason actually not to buy this car. You also get this climate control at the back with the vent that gives you comfort whenever you're traveling for a long distance. We've talked about the practicality of the interior and every stuff that comes with it. So on the road, the Mazda is very steady, handles well. By the way, this thing is fast. 0 to 100 in about 9 to 12 seconds. That is just impressive compared to other mid-size SUVs that you can get in Kenya today. So the car is very powerful. The 2.2 liter Skyactiv diesel gives you about 174 horsepower. That is amazing, amazing. Anyway, Kenyans have a lot of fear with the diesels, but what I can remind you is that if you're going to do a diesel, just do from 2017 and you're safe. The issues were fixed in 2017 models onwards, but again, there are things that you must do after buying a Mazda Cx-5 that you can check in our next video. Another thing you need to understand is that if you don't want the diesel one, you can pick a 2.5 liter that is all-wheel drive, 2500cc, a very fantastic car that is a petrol. But this particular car now, what is the cost of importing this car? This is a 2020 model, so the tax is really crazy. The tax on this car is about almost 1.8 million. So then, before you even pay for the car in Japan. So it means that this total price for this particular car would be about 5.3. Ukiwa na 5.3 to 5.5, we can bring for your car. Remember, the mileage also matters a lot. The color, especially this gray color, is more expensive, and manual is more expensive in Japan as compared to automatic. So think about it. There are other competitors in the market that you can get, maybe Honda CR-V, quite a number of them. Subaru Forester, talk about Forester XT, and talk about RAV4, and quite a number. Mazda is really making good cars. That's the reality. So whenever we import cars, the first thing after we have cleared the car is to take the car for service. This one is in the account of the client, because at the end of the day, these cars are used cars in Japan. So you need to really change the oil and maybe the filters. You can decide to do major service or just a minor service to keep the car on the road. So this is something that we really highly recommend for you to do as a client. Now, you can see under the car, when we are choosing cars in Japan, we always try to go with the grade of the car. Hakuna rust hata moja, there is no rust, and this is something that you need to understand. Cars may really look good from the exterior, but under the car, there's a lot of rust that may not really go well with quite a number of car owners. Now at this point, we took the car to the office to hand it over. By the way, we are located in Mombasa, Nyali. Most of you think that we are located in Nairobi. No, we are in Mombasa, Nyali, Links Road. So you can also place your order just via WhatsApp. Then from there, we'll choose a car for you from Japan. Then do everything. Wewe kazi yako tu ni kuleta pesa. Sisi kazi yetu ni kuchagua gari poa. Then tunakuletea, tunakuregistia. Everything we do. Your work is just to come to our office to pick your car. That is one area that you should really understand clearly. We'll leave the number in our description there or on the screen here. You can just WhatsApp that number so that we can import for your car. Two things that we always require from our clients. One is enough budget. Number two is patience. Importation of a car from Japan takes some time. This one took like a month. And when the car arrived, it took some time again to clear, because KRA was like, oh, you guys, this is the first car that we are seeing in the country, so pay more duty. Kenya. So that has been our video about the Mazda Cx-5 manual transmission. And by the way, you need to remember, for you to import, you must import now 2016 or maybe newer. So tukifika December this year, we'll only be importing 2017. But the prices of cars are still going up. So usingoje sana, maybe kama bado unataka kuendelea kutembea, pia ni sawa, siku yako itafika. But at the end of the day, you can entrust us with the responsibility to give you the car. We'll import the car for you, you'll have a peace of mind, and you can trust us. See you in the next video. We'll be uploading a video on how we help one of our subscribers shop for a car in Mombasa. So watch out for that video, because there are some of you who cannot really import because of the patience. Najua pesa ukikaa nayo unaweza tumia, so that those guys who are, I have money but I want to come to Mombasa. So if you have money and you want to buy a car in Mombasa, we'll charge you 20,000 to source for you a car in Mombasa. So thank you for watching, and if you are new here, please remember there is a place whereby you can get legit information about the car market in Kenya, and you can leave this channel empowered. See you in the next video, and bye bye.